Hey guys, it's Tiffany and you found me on Tarot Friday. It's for November 18th, which is going into your Thanksgiving break for many people. And so we just want to say thank you for being here. I know there's many channels you could be watching. I'm grateful you're here with us at Wise Guys. So on Fridays, we do a little cards and we go through every sign in the zodiac. Before we get going, I like to give you a little taste of the astrology, and it's kind of different, right? It's kind of interesting what's going on. It's very juicy what's going on right now. So in the skies, probably as you're watching this, will be on the 18th. And what's happening is that the sun is going to create a sextile to Pluto. Okay. So Pluto, right, is like the ruler of the underworld and the shadow side and the deep, dark, subconscious side, right? And so a lot of times it's more fun to talk about the bright, optimistic, hope, shiny, sparkly side. But Pluto won't let you escape the shadow side, and the sun is going to illuminate it, right? And there's something else that's kind of complicating the astrology. So what's happening that's complicating it is that Mars is squaring Neptune on the 19th. And so this can be where, Mars is about like energy and the masculine and pointed focus and stamina, right? And then Neptune is the abyss, right? And so it can feel when they're square like that, usually you feel it early, but it can feel a little like you're going into unknown territory and you're not really sure if it's good or bad, right? And so I wanted to bring forward a quote that Lisa reminded me of from Carl Jung. And it's, until you decide to make the unconscious conscious, right? It will direct your life and you will call it fate. So a lot of you guys will message me or send us emails and say, oh, I thought this astrology was passing, like it's the astrology's fault or something. What's going on maybe is that you haven't explored all of the facets around the topic, right? So maybe you explored the inner child side and you got some big ahas and you got some healing moments, but maybe there's a different side for you to explore. Now, let's see, what else can I tell you about this astrology? It is a time to be careful. It can be a time when there's overdoses. Neptune rules the sea, but also oil, and also kind of being intoxicated. Okay, so this could be Mars square Neptune, could be overdoses, it could be oil spills, it could be diving into an area, like seeing something that you can't unsee, right? Things like this. But because we've got that sun sextile Pluto, I feel like a little dive into the shadow side is going to be illuminating for you. So, so many resources that I'm not going to share on the Wise Guys channel, right? Because we're going to keep it light. But I want you to be aware of this very juicy, interesting thing, because you might think that you're stuck in a pattern, and you might come to Wise Guys and be like, well, I keep doing this thing over and over and I want to get out of it and I don't know how. And is it the planets? Is it my human design? What do the Akashic records have to tell me about this? When will this shift change, right? Well, it'll change when you accept all parts of yourself, right? When you really do. When you start to see that, well, I'm in this pattern because my subconscious wanted it. Well, why did my subconscious want it? Am I bad? Am I wrong for that? Or is there just more to my story, right? So I want you to play with this and give me some feedback. We are going to just use my old trusty deck, the Golden Tarot, to do your Thanksgiving readings. Don't worry. And then we're going to use this human design deck for our, it was like card of abundance. What is it? Our universal reading. So thank you, Kate, for giving me this human design deck. I absolutely love it. It's a birthday gift. Happy quadruple Scorpio, Tiffany, right? All right, let's keep the astrology in mind, right? That the edges might be blurred, right? That there's a time to reinvent yourself, all of yourself, integrate all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, with the current astrology as we go into this reading. And let's start with Aries, okay? So let's clear the deck for our Aries and see what it is our Aries need to hear for the weekend ahead, some helpful advice or guidance, something that really speaks to all of our Aries watching, something that would be very helpful. Okay. All right, Knight of Cups and the Hermit. So Aries, something that you're feeling very passionate about, something that you're feeling maybe even outspoken about, something that you feel like you really want to share with the world. It's kind of like that baptism energy, that born again energy, when you got a key to the universe and you want everybody to know it. You just have to say it all. You know what I mean? It's that very impassioned feeling. And so I want you to be careful if you're feeling what I call baptism energy, that spiritual awakening, that aha, that healing moment that you got for yourself, maybe for others, but it might just be for you. It might just be for you with the Hermit card. It might be something, a nugget for you to hang on to, your dirty little secret, if you enjoyed the astrology preview. You know what I mean? So this is about finding something that's pleasurable, emotionally connecting, something that excites you, puts you back in love with life, makes you feel just invigorated by life, but it's something that is just for you, Aries. Okay. All right, let's clear the deck for our Taurus friends watching. Just any Taurus watching that came to our channel today, welcome. I love you, I bless you, and I just want to see what it is that our Taurus friends need to hear. Okay. Okay. Oh, Taurus, love stuff is not happening as quickly as you would like. Okay. So relationship stuff, something that you had in mind, an expectation, something that you wanted, a desire, something that you put in your new moon wish pot, you know, something that you prayed for, something that you want so badly, you feel maybe out of time. Something going on in your love life is out of rhythm with the timing that you sense. You know what I mean? You're on a different timeline than the things going on in your love life. Can I say it any other ways? Does it make sense for you, Taurus? Okay. Something is happening too quickly, too slowly. You're stuck in the past, you're stuck in the future. There's something just feels out of sync. So I want you to heal your love life, your partnership, your sensual connection, you know, whatever that is on your timeline, right? And just love all aspects of yourself through every relationship, just addressing that the subconscious mind set this up. So I must have wanted it for some reason. And that doesn't make it bad. It means that I'm ready to embrace all of myself, right? How can I keep saying that message today with all of the cards, right? Okay, Taurus. So it's okay if something is out of your timeline, and it's okay to love all sides of that. All right, let's clear now for our Geminis and see what it is our Geminis have. Ooh, clearing for Geminis. I'm just going to do another little shuffle here. Welcoming in our guides here. Okay, the King of Wands and the Hierophant also reversed. So Gemini, there could be something, again, like you're not getting your way. You know what I mean? The king ruled and the outcome like was almost like, what's the word? Tyranny? I don't know, what's the right word when they overthrow the king, you know, and it's very unexpected. It's like, whoa, I was in charge here and now I'm not. So Gemini, I want to say to you, what can you surrender, not be in charge of? Where can you ask for support? Where can you not direct the energy, but actually respond to it, or notice what you're invited to? You know, there are some subtle things going on in your energy field where your dictatorship, leadership, rulership, guidance, whatever, is not welcome, not being heard, got the wrong audience, got the wrong timing. I don't know, something's a little off for you, Gemini. And so it's in the field of our spirituality and what we're devoted to, sometimes our marriages, right? But the Hierophant here, it's like, can you reorient yourself to focus on the rulership of your life instead of others, you know, which if you're in a management position, that can be tricky, but you're going to help people become self-directed leaders, right? And so there's a lot of themes, a lot of deep themes to work with here. So I hope this is resonating for you guys. Okay, let's clear for our Cancers watching. What is it that our Cancers need to hear? Just clear the deck for our Cancers. Knowing that all is well in your kingdom, let's just clear and see what it is on the road ahead for the weekend for our Cancers watching that they really need to hear. Something juicy and delicious. Ooh, 10 of Cups reversed and a 9 of Wands. Okay. So this could be that you've been in a state of overgiving or over caretaking for such a long time that you don't know what it's like to be really cared for. Like you've had your walls up for so long, it might look like people are taking care of you. You might have even created like a unconscious health situation or unconscious financial situation or unconscious sexual situation or unconscious, like situation, right? Something that looks like you're being taken care of, but you're not feeling it on the inside. It's not hitting for you because your wall is up, your like Cancer crab wall is way up, right? And so I want you to practice with a safe friend or in the mirror with yourself and just have somebody ask you, how can I care for you today? Will you share with me how you're feeling? And then try to just open the door for a little bit to receive, right? So just try to open the door for a little bit to really deeply receive. Not nothing shallow, not like some superficial errand. I mean, like get down in your soul and try to feel that support. Could be from God, could be from a friend or spouse, probably not with kids, probably not with somebody that you don't know very well either. Like I said, you could practice first in the mirror, but this over caring is to your detriment right now. And I don't want you to continue in that role if that describes you. If that doesn't describe you, that's for all the other Cancers out there watching, and just go find your moon sign and listen to that one instead. Okay, Cancer? So if you have over caretaken, let this be a warning message for you to relax, to lean back and to try to receive. Okay. Now, let's clear for our Leos. What is it that our Leos need to hear? Some practical advice or guidance, just something special for our Leos. Okay. A 2 of Wands and a 6 of Coins. Okay, so Leos, I feel like you're at a crossroads financially. I feel like you have done some things that have worked really well for you that no one can argue with. That you look really successful and are really successful in one area of your life. And so there's a pressure to kind of keep doing that thing that you're known for, or that you're seen as, or that you're good at, or that you make a lot of money at. But there's a part of you that just wonders, what if I took this other path? Okay. And so there's a bargain going on inside of your mind about what if I took this other path? And I want you to not follow your mind, right? But follow your design, follow your strategy on authority, follow what is correct for you, because there's no template for you to be you. So you're creating this life. So there's no way you can do it wrong or incorrectly. But if you're feeling unfulfilled, or you're having those moments of what if, right? Then pay attention to that. Because if you were fully fulfilled, you wouldn't be feeling what if. I'm not saying that you got to break up or quit your job or anything like that. Please don't. But get curious about your what ifs, stay curious, because you have a big, beautiful, powerful, pungent, juicy, interesting life. And if you're feeling like, what if, that's cool, because it's like, that's how much more you could step into some kind of soul alignment. So staying curious again about the dark side, the shadow side, the subconscious side. Be sure you listen to the first part of the astrology message and get something out of it, All right, let's clear for our Virgos. What is it that our Virgos need to hear? Just something clear, efficient, concise. And if you are a Virgo receiving, just taking a deep breath in, a cleansing breath, purging out any old stories so that we can just get a clear reading for you. The Lovers is what jumped out, Virgo. you're like, no, I didn't want her to talk about that. Or you're like, yes, I wanted her to talk about that. All right, let's clear for our Virgos. What's the second card here? All right. So Virgos, this is a combination of sexual healing, right? Whether you are single or partnered or multi-partnered or whatever your thing is, this is about union, the sensual union. It can be a business agreement, but there's a sensual union, right? Very eighth house Scorpio feeling stuff going on. So something sexual, right? That you've maybe lost your magic around. Right? Wow, God forbid we do that. So there's something in your connection, right, to your sensual side that you're not connecting with, or you have lost connection with. No problem. There's lots of, tools and coaches and videos and advice and things where you can reconnect to that sensual side of yourself. You haven't lost your magic. You're the only one that has it. So it's right there with you, right? But there needs to be a little bit of a role reversal or a polarity check-in, the masculine, feminine check-in, the leading, guiding, relaxing, surrendering, receiving. Like there's something there that feels off kilter. The astrology is really ripe for you to discover all sides of that. So Virgos in love, great. Virgo single, great. This is still about finding that magical connection inside yourself first, so that you can emit that frequency out no matter where you are or who you're with. You're emitting the frequency of wholeness, approval, acceptance, love, all of those things that we talk about in the woo-woo world. Ooh, it's getting hot. Okay, so after Virgo, let's see, we've got Libra. Let's just clear the deck for our Libras watching. Okay, just clearing for our Libras. What is it that our Libras need to hear? Okay. Some practical advice or guidance for our Libras, please. And if you're a Libra watching, just take a deep breath in, relax those shoulders, lean back, take a big inhale and a cleansing exhale. Just kind of let it be an interactive reading for you. Okay, Ace of Coins reversed and Five of Wands. Do you feel, Libra, like you're fighting an uphill battle with the way you make money? This could be like, oh, you're feeling devalued, so you raise your prices and then nobody comes. Or you're feeling like you're just not in the right place, like you don't really vibe with the work that you're doing. Or, you're feeling really alone at work and you don't have the support. There seems to be some kind of fight inside of you with the way that you make money or spend money. There's like something that you're not fully accepting or really embracing about the financial flow, you as a financial being. There's frustrations around money that maybe are holding you back a little bit. So instead of bracing against them, can you create some kind of symbol, right? Like, let's just do a coin. So you've got a coin as your symbol for money. And I want you to visualize just placing it into your heart chakra and loving it and just feeling like you're at peace with whatever it is. You could even like imaginary in your mind, like write on that coin, like all of your fears, all of your angers, all of your concerns, all of your victories, all of your joys. You could just like mentally in your mind, do this exercise and then put that coin in you and just start to embrace it and see what might shift, when you love all of those sides. And if you missed the astrology preview, please go back and check it out because it might address some things for you. Okay, you're like, why does she have a framed picture under a window? That is my spirit bear. That is her name's Barbara, but she's a beautiful piece of art from New Mexico. And that's where I sit for meditation. So I heard you thinking the question. Yes, you psychic. Okay, let's clear for our Scorpios. What is it that our Scorpios need to hear for the weekend ahead? Some practical advice or guidance, something special, creative, interesting, intuitive. that they can relax into and receive clearly. Okay. Woo, 3 of Cups and 4 of Coins. All right. So some Scorpios feeling like it's a little bit of a crowded house and there's not enough to go around, right? So what feels a little bit unfair? What feels like, you know, that you're isolating some from the party, or you didn't get invited to Thanksgiving, or you don't want to go to Thanksgiving because you have healthy boundaries and you don't want to go into a crazy situation, but you're still kind of feeling alone. You know what I mean? It's like this this or that thing going on with you versus the tribe. And there's this like feeling like there's not a connection with what you want to connect with, right? And so I'm going to lead us back into the astrology of embracing and accepting all of the things. There must be something in your subconscious mind about experiencing some sort of rejection or alienation, right? You could look at your Chiron patterns, especially if you have past age 50, your Chiron return happened and is with you and is part of you. It wasn't a moment in time that was gone forever. It's still with you, right? It's a new layer of who you are. It's a new way of understanding yourself through the lens of Chiron, alienation, sickness, separation, wounds, big time, right? And so what part of your subconscious might have wanted this setup of rejection in order for what? For you to feel the opposite? I don't know. It's yours to explore, right? But if you are a Scorpio who has had a pattern of rejection, alienation, being uninvited from social events, not invited to your Thanksgiving, not included in the thing, or gone to the thing and then made to feel different while you're there, all of those kind of subconscious stirrings, right? I'm going to read us that quote, that Carl Jung quote that I read in the beginning. Until you make the unconscious conscious, until you make this rejection theme conscious, it's going to keep playing itself in the unconscious ways, right? It will direct your life and you'll call it fate. So deep, right? I know you've seen it on all the social media stuff, but it's so deep, right? So don't let it direct the show anymore. Start to choose yourself, love yourself, and put yourself exactly where you want to be consciously, right? And see, just play around with it, just experiment. All right. Let's clear for Sagittarius. What is it that our Sagittarius need to hear for the weekend ahead? Some practical advice or guidance. The 6 of Coins wants to come out, so it will. Just relaxing into the Sagittarius reading. Okay. Ooh, Sag. All right. You have been in some kind of bargain that is not working for all of the parties, right? You have been in some kind of balance, some financial balance, right? And it's just not really working, right? That this 8 of Cups happens when we need to walk away, not look back. It happens when we're ready for a new adventure, a new way of being, right? A new frequency to live by, but it's reversed. So here I would say not so fast. You know, you think that you're ready for something else, that the bargain is up, but maybe not so fast. Maybe there's another layer of understanding before you leave once and for all, right? Maybe there's something that's really juicy for you right where you are, some beautiful nugget for you to fully embrace in the subconscious and heal before you're able to next level. Because you might be stuck in this like same old bargain, I'm ready to go. Same old bargain, I'm ready to go. Same old bargain, I'm ready to go, until you stop and love it and love yourself and love the bargain that you have as is, and get that beautiful healing going inside yourself. All right. And then maybe you graduate, but maybe you graduate right where you are and not much changes. Maybe it's just an internal graduation and evolution of energy, right? Maybe you graduate and you do move on, but it won't be unconscious anymore, right? Okay. So let's clear now for our Capricorns. What is it that our Capricorns need to hear? Some practical advice or guidance, something special, interesting, inquisitive for our Capricorns to give them clarity, help, guidance, abundance. Messages of love and death. Okay, so the death card reversed along with the Page of Cups for our Capricorns. Maybe some of you guys have gone through a breakup of some kind of heartache. This is a little bit like the syndrome, like the kid waiting on the curb, right, for the parents to come home and do the thing that they said and they didn't do it. And so the kid's like waiting on the curb. And so Capricorn, there's some kind of message for you going on with over-promising and under-delivering, okay? So over-promising and under-delivering. Is that you? Are you over-promising and under-delivering? I doubt it, Capricorn. Is there somebody in your life that has done that? Is it a pattern for you? And why do you subconsciously want to be there? What are you getting out of that deal? You know, what are you getting out of the deal of like being on the shit side of somebody that overpromises and underdelivers? What would it be like if there was the energy of support, of caring, of choosing you, of concern, of really loving you, right? What would that be like? And can you just get curious about it, you know? And can you embrace some of the breakups that you've had and learn from them in order to evolve, right? It doesn't mean that you have to have a breakup right now, but maybe there's something in your energy of an old breakup that's starting to rear its head for your attention, love, care, TLC of your own soul. Something to consider. Okay, let's clear for our Aquarius. What is it that our Aquarius needs to hear for the weekend ahead? There's some practical advice or guidance, something that's very helpful. Just clearing for Aquarius. You know, some very interesting shifts going on in your sign next year. I want to invite everybody to, we are having a 2023 predictions workshop for, I think it's $30, $33. And it's me and Celeste Brooks and Sarah El Harar, and we're doing it on Solstice, on the Solstice. So very interesting things going on in your sign in 2023. Massive things going on. So yes, it's a plug for class, but it's also, I see you, I acknowledge some serious stuff is happening in your sign. And let's see where we can get you a little TLC for the weekend ahead. Okay. Okay, much like the Scorpio reading, the 3 of Cups reversed and the 4 of Cups, that feeling of disconnection, rejection, that I wasn't chosen, that I was alienated from the crowd, that I wasn't part of the greater cause, you know what I mean? Those types of feelings, that it was my idea, but somebody stole it, or that I started that company and then I got kicked out of it, or you know what I mean? Like, or whatever, it could be relationship issues, it could be daddy issues, it could be mommy issues, it could be that you got written out of the will, it could be that you wrote somebody out of the will, it could go deep, it could be shallow, but notice what your patterns of rejection, isolation, and alienation are, Aquarius, for the purpose of working with this Sun sextile Pluto and this Mars square Neptune to kind of embrace all of the gritty, dirty, grindy, darker side of things, and really just like, just like start to heal it, accept it, surrender to it, relax into it, and understand, right, that it's not the phase, that there's something that you're trying to get out of it. Okay. Very juicy, interesting themes that are being tied through the cosmic web here today. Okay, let's clear for Pisces. What is it that our Pisces friends need to hear for the weekend ahead? Just want to give them some practical advice or guidance, something that really wows them and helps them to feel seen by the unseen world. If you're a Pisces, just taking a deep breath in so that you can begin to relax into the information. Yeah, okay. All right, so similar to the Leo reading in some way, you have the world in your hands and still you yearn. Some seed that you planted hasn't ripened yet, and there's a sense of frustration. And am I waiting around for nothing? Am I waiting around? Is the thing that I'm waiting on not going to come to fruition? And should I move on? Right? Did I make a wrong decision, or do I need to pivot something that I'm doing, or whatever? Did I not take care of it enough? Is it all my fault? Right? This can come from childhood stuff. If you grew up in a family that you didn't that there was something wrong, and it couldn't be the parents' fault because, they're basically your gods when you're little, and you're like under their domain. So it can't be their fault. So then you internalize, right? You think it's your fault that the thing isn't growing. Maybe it's not your fault that the thing in your life that you want to grow isn't growing. Maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it's a simple correction of following your strategy and authority in your design. Maybe it's a simple correction of, did I initiate something when I should have been responding to it or being invited to it, or vice versa, right? Because if you didn't enter into something correctly, it's not going to grow. There's no fault in that, but it's like without awareness, you're going to keep entering things incorrectly, and the things aren't going to grow, and you're going to think it's your fault, and it's not, right? It's like, golly, I put this seed in a cup of water in a jar in my closet, and I don't understand why it didn't grow. I put water in it, right? No, moron. It needs dirt to be outside and under the seasons. And it needs to be in the shift of the light to the dark. It needs to be part of the neutrino field. It needs to be part of the mycelia field, right? Like it needs to be part of something that is nourishing it. It can't be isolated and just like, well, I take my vitamins, so why isn't everything working out? No, you still have to work out and love other people and be part of this world, right? You still have to take care of your physical body first and then go forward and connect spiritually, right? Y'all are like, what got into Tiffany today? The idea is part of you just wonders what it would have been like if, and that can be a trap for the mind, but it can also be a curiosity that helps you to go forward, right? So if you're feeling like, maybe it's time to cut my losses here, I wonder what it would be like if I did this, start this new thing correctly. And when I say correctly, I mean by your aura type, according to your human design, according to your astrological makeup, right? So we have a ton of free resources for that if that concept is new to you at wiseskiescollective.com. Okay, it's time for our universal reading. I am going to do a couple of these cards, and then I'm going to go into this human design deck. I'm pretty excited about this. So let's just see what comes up as a universal reading for everybody watching for the weekend ahead. Just some practical advice. All right, 3 cards fell out. Let's go with it. 9 of Cups reversed, 8 of Cups reversed, Hanged Man. All right, so guys, this is a message to not do anything right now to get a different perspective. You're so worried that the thing that you love the most is going to go away. You're so afraid that you're not going to get your wish. You're so afraid of yourself that you're going to self-sabotage, blow something up. And, you're so, there's a part of you that is deeply concerned about something not working out. And so there's power in the pause and getting a different perspective. I heard a kid on the BBC describe it like this. It's like this, you can feel the volcano starting to erupt, right? You can feel it coming on. He was talking about, he was watching a program on TV. His brother wanted to watch sport, as he called it, and the brother changed the channel, and this like well of anger starts to explode, and then you can't control it, and it explodes and it gets out on everybody. And so the interesting part is that he went up to his room and he started to read the book. And this is like a young kid that's saying this. You guys might have seen it floating around, but he's like, and this is like from the 70s-ish, I don't know, not modern technology was showing this video, but he said he went up to his room and he was reading a book, and at first the words aren't connecting. He's just looking at words on paper. It's not helping him at all. He really doesn't want to read the book. But as he allows himself to continue to read, he starts to feel into the story. And that's a way of self-soothing for when those big volatile eruptions that you can't control happen, right? So another way to think about that is don't put yourself in a situation where there might be a volcano. Don't watch the show when the brother's there and there's a sport thing on. Like there's lots of ways to address it. But if you're constantly addressing it and controlling it and forcing it and manipulating it, right? Like that's exhausting. You just can't. So at some point you have to start feeling your feelings, right? Maybe some of you grew up feeling your feelings. I doubt it if you're watching this channel, just saying. I feel like there's a lot of people that are into the metaphysical world that haven't fully expressed some of their volcanoes. They haven't, right? You know what I mean? And you can't just do it. You can't be like, okay, well, from 3 to 4, I'm going to choose to feel my feelings and start crying and just like kind of go there and start thinking about all these things that I didn't get or that I want that aren't happening or that I'm self-sabotaging or that I'm walking away from or that I'm not part. You can't just like schedule that, right? You have to just play with it like an awareness experiment and then pause. Like that's where it's like, I see the hole, I'm just not going to step in it today, right? I'm just going to walk around it. Or I see the hole, I'm going to jump all the way in it and feel everything around it so that I never have to avoid that hole again, right? So many jokes going through my mind. All right, last but not least, let's look at this. I don't want to get him out of order. It's the Human Design deck. Ugh, don't you just love it? Is it so juicy? I'm just going to cut it. This has nothing to do with the transits, nothing to do with anybody's chart. This is a fun way to just start to learn a little piece or fractal of the human design system. So I pulled this card. It's the channel, the 1333. It's the prodigal channel. So we're just learning about it together. And it's also called the witness. 13 is the listener and 33 is privacy. So I want to just also quickly mention that in our membership, we offer an hour human design support call every month for our community. And so if you have the 1333 and you're in our community and you want to ask Leisha some questions about it, please keep that in mind as one of our many membership perks. And we have a beautiful blueprint for the whole year this year. And it's on the classes page or on your membership portal page. You can see everything that we're going to discuss this year, from psychic development, all the way, all of the concepts in human design. Did you know that plants and animals have their own design? Did you know that there's a dream design? Did you know that there's a way to do partnership analysis through design? Like there's lots of fun topics in design, and astrology and psychic development and mediumship and all of the fun topics that we love. Got a little off track, didn't I? So it says, 1333, the observer and recorder of experiences, one who witnesses and records lessons from stories or secrets, so they may share their experiential wisdom when they feel called. The combination of listening to lessons of past events and remembering the wisdom of history make those who hold it both listener and record keeper. Those with this channel can retain a great deal of wisdom. They absorb and store information from those around them. These records sit within them until the right moment arises to share. This channel holds a key to accessing ancestral memory and the vaults of human experience within our own DNA. So if you don't have the 1333, it's not for sale, you can't get it, but you can hook up with somebody that has it. And by hook up, I mean be in the same aura, right? You can look for it in the transits and notice, oh, is this a time when I'm needing a little more privacy to listen in, and you can just start to take notes on your own experiment. So I hope you come back. Oh, I didn't see it. It's like this person underwater. That's cool. I couldn't understand what it was. I thought it was like a tent at first. Well, I have loved doing this reading with you guys today. I like Tarot Friday as much as you do. I appreciate your comments so much. And I welcome you to the collective if you'd like to come check out our membership or our one-on-one sessions. We have several different readers and guides that will help you with your own self-alignment practice. And it's just really a fun way to connect your own cosmic dots. So we invite you to check out what's new on the blog. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and share. And no matter what you do, don't use this information against yourself, right? Just always choose the path of self-alignment, self-love. Notice what you don't want so you can notice what you do want, and just try to be in alignment with yourself above all else, right? To thine own self be true. All right. Thanks for being here, guys. I love you so much. I bless you. Until next time. Namaste.